Good morning, Bob. Yeah, I was sitting at my desk this morning and I found myself thinking about how very important mentors are in our lives. I decided to look up the definition of a mentor. In the dictionary, it said a mentor is an experienced and trusted advisor. As I thought about that definition, I realized that it was incomplete. A mentor is so much more than just an experienced and trusted advisor. It's someone willing to give kindness and love at a time when it's most needed. They can help you see light when all around you is darkness. So, in the spirit of the living room, each of us has those few special people, mentors, who have shaped our lives with their love and wisdom. They may have been a teacher that gave you encouraging words when others had given up on you, or an older friend who taught you how to see the world in a different light. But some of the most powerful mentors were our older brothers and sisters who helped shape our lives by the examples they lived and the examples they set. Their love and their lives filled us with a desire to do better, to be better. They were someone we could look up to. So Bob, when I learned about Jamie's brother Joe's passing, for some unknown reason, I can't really explain it, I immediately felt a connection with both of them, even though we never met. When I discovered that Jamie was a great musician and artist, I understood immediately my connection with him. I'm a musician too. But when I started looking into Joe, I discovered that he had been in the same industry as I was for the past 40 years. Matter of fact, we may have both crossed paths at one point or another. We were both in the financial world. So, Jamie, I'm sending you this, and I'm sending it to you and your family. Basically, my thoughts and my prayers. And I know you were blessed to have someone like Joe in your life. So, I would like to share with you one of my greatest mentors, who was only with me for a very brief period in my life, and he came from a completely different world and background than mine. His name was TJ. When I first met TJ, I was a 19-year-old poor, young, white Texas boy who loved music and books, who had just been thrown into the county jail for a crime I didn't commit. TJ was a seasoned older black inmate who had spent the last 40 years of his life in prison. In my book, The Decker Hilton, God's Hotel, I tell the story of my 6 months of incarceration and how my relationship with TJ saved my life. So if you don't mind, I'd like to just read you a little bit of a conversation out of my book, and hopefully you'll understand how I felt about TJ in relationship to how your brother was a great mentor to you. One afternoon, I decided to ask TJ a few questions about what living in prison was like. He had told me that it was better than being in the county jail, and now I wanted to know more specifics. I felt like he wouldn't take offense or mind me asking, so I walked up and said, TJ, I know you spent a lot of years down on the farm. I don't know how you did it. It wasn't about doing, it was about not having a choice. It was a life. As he said these words, I thought I detected a hint of sadness in his voice. TJ, life in prison doesn't sound like life to me. He gave me a serious look and said, College boy? That's what he called me because I was the first white boy he ever knew who had gone to college. I can sum up life with 3 words. Wasn't, is, and isn't. What happened before you were born wasn't important to you. What happens while you're here is important to you. And after you're gone, what happens isn't important to you anymore. Do you understand? All you got on this earth is the is. So make the best of it you can. Don't worry about what living in prison is going to be like. If you got to worry, then worry about where you are right now. This very minute. I already told you, this place can be a lot harder than prison. Wes, I'm going to tell you one more thing, and it's the truth. Time in here is hard time. It wears on you. It wears on you from the inside and outside. It does get easier, but not without a cost. Everyone has got to pay. Like me, you'll do your time, and eventually with a little help from above, you will be released. Jamie, I pray your brother's in heaven, and I know that we all are blessed to have had him in this world, even though I never got to meet him. Thank you.